All right, we're live. Hi, Crystal.
Hello, Joe.
How are you?
Outside.
This is our second excellent adventure in PE and health. Um, been a while since the last one, but lots of stuff's happened, and we are excited to share what we've been up to this summer, and I guess what we're going to be trying for the coming school year.
Awesome. Do you want to start?
Ooh, yeah. I guess the first thing I'm going to say is I spent a lot of time this summer reading, which was fun because I haven't, during the school year, you just don't really get time to read. So, first thing I'd like to do is share some different things I read that I thought were great and that had really good applications to teaching and PE and health and kind of a bit of everything. So, I have a pile of books over here that we. So,
All
first
right,
one,
well,
let me
hi,
see.
Crystal. Hello, Joe.
How are you?
Outside.
Oh, what's going on
This is
there?
our. Hello, Joe.
How are you? Hi. That was
Oh,
weird.
that was weird.
There was ghosts in the background.
Oh
All
well,
right.
we're live. Oh well.
Okay. Here. First one is The Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell. This is how just little things can like push stuff over the edge and make a real change. And as I was reading this, I was thinking, okay, how can we make a change in PE and health to really get people to recognize that they need to look after themselves, they need to be active, and so what is it that's going to make that difference for us in our teaching world that we can get our students to take that step to take care of themselves. That's the first one. Then I read, and the second one was this one. This was fantastic. The Smartest Kids in the World by things here that Amanda Ripley.
Yeah.
Um, and basically, she followed three exchange students who one went to Finland, one went to South Korea, and one went to Poland. That's right, Poland. And all three of those countries have done very, very well on some of the international tests, and looking at the differences between their education systems and ours. But yeah, it's an amazing read, and there's a lot of stuff there that I think we should all look at and think about how we can incorporate those sorts of things in our program. I read The Happiness Project by Gretchen Rubin. This one was all about, she basically decided to think about ways to be happier for a year, and each month she took um, a different thing to look at. One was,
Oh, that is on my list to read.
oh, it's good, it's really good. And again, a lot of it is lifestyle stuff. So there is one chapter where she talks about nutrition, and one chapter where she's looking at
Ooh.
being active, and one where she's looking at all being organized, because that can lead to happiness. So that was a great one. I think that would be an interesting, like a book club read. Like if you had a, I don't know, a health and wellness club and you wanted to read a book, that would be super for that.
That is really cool.
I got a couple more. This one I think I know you were reading at some point. Is that right? The Energy Bus.
Yes, that's my theme for my health classes here.
Very cool. Haven't quite finished that yet, but that is a good read. I want
It
to be on a
is.
bus with lots of energy. So that one's great. And then the last one, and this has helped me because I've been writing with curriculum all summer for different class, is Essential Questions by
I read that book too.
Higgins.
That is
Yeah,
an awesome book.
it's great because it gets you really thinking about how do I want to question, what am I asking of my students, and is it worthwhile? Is it a question that actually leads to learning, or is it a question that really doesn't lead to any deep understanding whatsoever? So,
I
um,
read that one too, and I
yeah.
have. Oh, you got another one?
No, no, that's it. That's it for now.
I found the coolest book because I'm using the energy bus in my class as my class theme for health education.
Oh, wow.
And on the outside, because I was just at school today, and on the outside of my door it says the 10 rules of the energy bus. And then there's no energy vampires. You need to be positive. And who's on your bus, and you're in charge of your bus. So it's pretty cool. And then I found this cool book. It's a children's
Magical
book.
Bridge. Okay.
Very rich. It's all about these two kids, and one of the kids is very poor, and they don't have anything in their refrigerator. And then she goes to the house, the other little girl, and then she always opens up the fridge, and there's nothing in there. And then at the end, Well, 10% of the profits donated help fight childhood hunger. And then there's questions right here at the end. It's like, let's help friends who have empty refrigerators.
Oh,
And
that's
so I'm going to use that in my nutrition class. And I talked to Mary Wentland, who teaches in Minocqua, and she's going to use it for maybe a service project. It's really cool.
wow.
And then I don't know if I have on my desk here, I read Teach Like a Pirate.
Oh, that's a great book, isn't it?
Oh, with the hooks. And then I saw something on Pinterest that you make little cards with the hooks and then punch it, and that's on my desk now. And I just found out today, I had a meeting with my principal, and I didn't know this because it's a surprise. Tomorrow at our first meeting, he's giving everyone the book Teach Like a Pirate, and we're all getting T-shirts for the Hortonville Polar Bears, and they say Teach Like a Polar Bear. And we're going to have a book club all year.
Wow.
So I'm really excited.
Yeah, Teach Like a Pirate is great. I love that. I think it's one of the two questions that Dave Burgess asked is, do you have any lessons that you can sell tickets to?
Right.
That would line up at your door because they do not want to miss that lesson. I mean, all right, we can't put on a huge show every day, but
No.
there are ones that we can do that, again, you want that word to spread around the building. Oh, it's that day. This is going to happen. Create some buzz so those kids are just desperate to get to health or desperate to get to PE or desperate to get to whatever other class that it is. So that's cool. Teach Like a Polar Bear. I like that.
Oh, I know, because we're all going to have them. And then today at school, I was getting my health room ready, and I was talking to the library person, and I have a table I got, and because I went to the ISTE, National ISTE Conference, which I can talk about.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear that.
And one of my ideas, one thing I saw, who knows where, it's like if our environment at school for kids is so different than their real life. So I'm paraphrasing. It doesn't sound the way it's supposed to, but why? I mean, why are we hiding their mobile devices? Why are we not using technology to show them how to lead a healthier lifestyle? So my idea, I saw at Target, they have these rolls of white paper that can be removed and you put them up on the wall, and they're just like a white, like a dry erase board. And you put it up on the wall, and that's going to be my little social media place for kids to sit at this table. I don't know exactly how I'm doing this, but we'll find out. And then the kids, the library aide today said, have the kids name the area. So the kids can sit there like the first 3 minutes, and then I'm going to use the Remind. There's a really cool app called Remind.
Is that what was Remind 101, but it's now Remind?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
And I'm going to use it, and so are 4 other physical education teachers, because we can just slide into many things. Feel Up to Play 60 and things we're doing, but I'm going to use it where you send out messages to parents and kids about leading healthy lifestyle, or if you have assignment ready or something like that. So the kids can send out the Remind things. So at this area where I have this set up, it's going to be my social media area and digital literacy. So. Yeah.
Nice. So the stuff you got from Target, does it go like on the tables, or you said sticks on the walls?
It goes on. Well, it could go anywhere.
Ooh.
But it's just like a dry erase board.
But it's a roll of stuff.
Your kids can write, like maybe in physical education. I'm going to go back and get some more. In physical education class,
I'm going to
kids can write challenges to other kids.
Ooh.
Or something. You and I together could come up with many ideas. But it's so cool because I was just walking in Target and I'm like, oh.
So it's on a roll like wrapping paper?
Yes, and at Target, at least my Target, was by like the towels and things, but they have things that are wallpaper. But this was plain white. I wish I had brought the picture, from the roll home. I'm so excited. But I was thinking for physical.
I can find it, and I will put it on the show notes on our website, which I don't even know if you've seen this yet, where all the information, all the stuff we've talked about today is going to go.
Woo!
Yeah.
But yes, Target will love us. Target, come see Joe and I. We have many ideas.
Indeed.
But I can keep, well, when we do our next excellent adventure, I can see, because the kids are going to name that area. And I thought for physical education, yeah, we can come up with many ideas for that.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Now, would you like to do a quiz, Crystal?
I would love to do a quiz.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay. I went to the first Northeast Wisconsin Google Educators Group meeting last Monday. Now, this is a group of educators who are using Google products, a variety of different subject areas and roles within the school system. And it was set up by Ben Homerding and Kurt Wismer, who are two teachers that I was at the Google Teacher Academy at last summer in Chicago. And basically, the idea is that we've got a Google Plus page going, and every kind of couple of months or so, we'll have a meetup of some description where people are going to share what they're doing, share ideas, and anyway, so we had our first meet last Monday in Appleton, and I came back buzzing. So I want to go through one of the things that Ben showed us. It's called a space race using Socrative. Now, Socrative is a free tool that you can use to create quizzes and so on, and gives you instant feedback. And I was like, that's great, but I want to use it in PE, and I want to make it active. So I'm hoping that I can share my screen in a second to show you what I did here. Let's see. Screen share. Let's, I hope this is going to work. Okay.
Sounds awesome. I've used Socrative, but
you see the dashboard right now?
Yay.
You see a dashboard in front of you?
Yes, I do. Now I'm going to put my glasses back on.
Okay.
Yes, I can see it.
All right, at the top of the dashboard, so basically I've gone into Socrative and I have created a quiz. And to do that, you just click on the Manage Quizzes icon down here and then add whatever you want to it. And when you're done, there's a whole variety of different things that you can do. And one, I'm being this one, the bottom left-hand corner here, it's called Space Race.
Okay.
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, what you're going to do, because we're going to be students in this activity, we're going to, there is an app for it, but you can also just go m.socrative.com, and that's like the student entry thing.
Okay.
I think maybe I can pull this up and show that as well. I'm going to, hopefully you'll see this now. All right, this is the student view. Do you see the student view now?
Okay.
That is on the screen. So as a student, they're going to see this Socrative, enter your teacher's room number below. And I'm going to display the room number, which I've just hopefully clicked back onto right here. It's 4F1D6682. So I'm going to enter that into my phone or my mobile device or whatever it is that I'm using in class. And
on Socrative?
Yeah. The 6682.
So I have that on my phone too. Socrative.
Yeah, you can get an app for it as well, which makes it a bit quicker to join. So
Okay.
I'm joining the room now. So let's say I've got a note that says that it's waiting for the teacher to start the activity.
Okay.
Fine. So I'm going to click on Space Race and select a saved quiz, which is what I made up not very long ago. And we're going to have two teams because there's you and me, and it's going to auto assign team colors, and I'm going to start the activity.
Okay.
Now, can you see two little spaceships? One's blue and one's
Yes, I can.
All right. Now, my phone is prompting me to enter my name. So I'm going to enter my name, and I've been assigned the blue team. And if you're entered in, you will be assigned the magenta team, I think.
Okay.
Did you get to join in yet? Now I'm going to click back to us so I can show everybody what's happening on my phone here. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And, all right, okay, I'm back here. So what you can see, this is what the student view is going to be like. So Space Race is blue. And the first question is the recommended amount of physical activity for children and adolescents. how I want to use this certainly initially is have students work in a team. So it would be like maybe a beginning of the school year formative assessment. Where are we at? What do we know? So they would select. Let's get this in the right place first. Submit their answer. So I'm going to click on 30 minutes, and I'm going to submit the answer, and then straight away it gives the correct answer, and obviously it tells me I got it wrong. Whoopsie. And there's an explanation section on the bottom. But the other thing I've put in here is, if I scroll down a wee bit, this question, let me see if I can get a bit closer. Your team will complete one lap of the field house. So I've also added an activity thing. So they're going to do basically a question, then they do an activity, then they come back and do the next question. So
how cool is that?
Now, that's what we see. Now, on the big screen, which I could project in my gym, and I'm going to share the screen again so you can hopefully see this. Screen share. All right. Do you see Socrative again here?
It's coming. Yes.
All right. So I'm just going to refresh this thing here. It should show me, and it will update automatically when we're doing this. It should show me that the, hang on a second. I'm going to submit an answer to the second one. Oh, my spaceship hasn't moved because I didn't get the question right. So I'm going to submit a question and get the right answer. And now, do you see my spaceship just moved?
Oh, yes.
So you can see how students are progressing. They can kind of race each other and so on and so forth. The other nice thing, and I'm going to click out of this now, I just made 4 questions. That was it. Okay. Get out of screen share. Oh, there, I'm back in.
We went like the 3D.
Nice thing is, when you're done, you can get a feedback downloaded to you, so you can see quite quickly, okay, who gets what. You can do it by student. You can do it by group. You can have it by question. So you can, again, see, okay, if everybody got question 2 wrong, clearly that's something I need to spend more time on. So that's how I want to use certainly that aspect of Socrative. So my idea is I'm going to have perhaps teams of 4 or 5, and there's iPads that I can check out from our IMC, and I'll have them set up. So it'll be kind of a, first couple of day activity. What do we know? Let's get to know each other, work together, that sort of thing. That's my plan. We'll see.
That is awesome.
But it was neat. It was cool. So that was one of the very cool things that he shared. And
that is really cool.
And I think for something like health, if you are in a classroom-based environment, once you've got some of these quizzes set up, it could again work well. Let's say you're starting a new unit on drugs. And again, you want to find out where your students are at. Well, if they already know different classifications of drugs, hallucinogens, I don't know my drugs very well.
That is good. That is a good thing. You said you knew everything, that would be bad.
Yeah, if they know everything about, one category of drugs, then maybe you'd spend less time on those and more time on ones that they know less about. So there we go. There's Socrative for you.
That is awesome. And we both presented and attended the Wisconsin Best Practices Conference.
We did.
But of course, they had us presenting at the same time. So we did not get to go to each other's session. But I use Nearpod, which is kind of like Socrative. And there's, of course, a free version, and there's a gold version, which you can do the same thing. And during my presentation, I had people take quizzes, and you can go to websites and think, so yes. But I did not think of the movement part, because I used an activity. It was called Teaching Healthy Lifestyles with Aptitude. So what I do in my class, I have an app, and then I show an application in an activity, and then we use an assessment. And so then the assessment part was on Nearpod, but we could use that too.
Well, I know, and I was lucky enough because before your presentation, you had myself and Jackie Clark test Nearpod, and it was cool. It was very cool. So.
And speaking of Jackie Clark, she might be on a guest maybe in the future of our.
I think so.
He is an awesome teacher in Waupun who does all these amazing dances.
Oh, she does. Yeah.
Maybe she could teach a dance on our future broadcast. But going
Ooh.
back to ISTE, which is the National Technology Conference, I was lucky enough to go there, and it just blows you away. Just blows you away by
I see you being there.
how many things you learn there that I can use in my classes. And I was proud. I was one of the few physical education teachers, but then, people are like, oh, physical education, how would you use technology and apply things? And so I got to tell people, and they're like, well, I'm going to ask my physical education teacher what they do. So, but there are 16,000 people there.
That's insane.
But I learned a lot, like I said, about, the tools. We all know that, but some people just want to use an iPad because they're using an iPad. That's not what it's for.
Yeah.
But some really amazing tools that I learned there, like Infused Learning and Nearpod and Remind and Edpuzzle, and I could go on and on.
I heard that one of the things with this year, it's so busy that to get into a session, you literally have to line up.
Yes.
Previous session to get in.
Yes, because like at our physical education conferences, even our national conference, people hang out the doors, but they have people sitting at the door, and once all the chairs are filled, you can't get into the session. But the cool thing is, like major sessions, they have Bloggers Cafe. So I thought, oh, if people are watching this from like our state, WHP, or other states, I don't know how much it costs, but then they have Bloggers Cafe, which they have little stations with little seats you could sit on, and you could watch the presentation. So I thought that was cool too.
There is, and I can't remember the name, but there is a free tool where you can stream presentations live. I know I played around with it at WHP last year. I'll see if I can remember, and I'll put it on the show notes. And whatever it was free, and you could stream live and just basically share the link out, and that was neat. And I know I don't know what system the National PE Institute were using earlier on at the end of July, but they also, for those who didn't catch them, they streamed the keynotes live, which was very cool.
I know, I watched a couple of those, and that was awesome to see those.
Yes, now they're available on YouTube for anyone to watch, so definitely worth it, because in nearly every single presentation I learned something, and B, it got me inspired and motivated and like, yay, let's go.
And I just love, I think it was your blog that you just put out about your 20,000 steps you did every day for a year.
Oh, it was good. I can't, this August has been more challenging, I think, any other month this entire year, because I knew, my sister came to visit, which is fantastic. My sister, her husband, and my 3 little nephews. And you can't just say, well, I'm going to disappear off for a 10-mile run or something like that when you have guests. But I managed, I got through that. I did go running a couple of times with my sister because she likes to run too, and we were active with the kids. But me and my husband and family, we went down to Alabama on a trip. So we went to St. Louis, we went to the City Museum, which is just like a play paradise. We were there for the National Convention in April. But on the way back, it was 2 9-hour car rides. I tell you what, you got a plan. But there was nothing. But yesterday, I actually tried. I thought about not getting 20,000 steps, and it got to about, I don't know, 6 o'clock, and I had 5,000 steps. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Well, I almost tweeted you, because I loved reading your whole entire blog, and because I was with you in St. Louis, and that story when you were like getting steps at our table at the restaurant, and then the waiter came over and told you that the bathroom is over there.
Yeah. So yeah, we were. I'd got, I think, about 18 or 19,000 steps, and we were relaxing in the evening, and I suddenly realized it was getting late to 11 o'clock-ish, and I suddenly realized I haven't got 20,000 steps. I'm running out of time here. So yes, I literally danced around the table, and there the waiter thought I needed a bathroom, so showed me where it was.
I know, that was so funny.
That was a good one.
Speaking about blogs, I started a blog Saturday. It's on Weebly. So that's my goal this year. Hopefully, I'll be able to do
And you have
well.
to share the link with us all.
Yes, it's health and then the letter E, teacher.weebly. Am I saying that right? Probably weebly.com.
Oh, right.
And I wrote my first blog post. I was excited.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, one of my goals this year is, I started my blog last year, is blogging more frequently, and even if it's smaller. I think the mistake I made was, I'm like, oh, I've got this idea, and I've got that idea, and then I try and save them all up, and then because I want it to be really good, then, it takes a lot of time. So I don't know. It'll hopefully be more frequent, and this is going to be interesting year for me because I'm not teaching adapted PE anymore. We had some changes in our district, and we now have a person who's that's going to be their sole job to do adapted. But I am teaching a completely new curriculum, which is going to be adventure and outdoor pursuits. So that's been working on that all summer. So it's going to be, again, like any curriculum, it's going to be a work in progress. Some things I'm sure will work, and some things will not work at all.
I know. And my principal, who is very supportive of physical education, this summer, he surprised our department at our middle school. He bought us a mounted in the ceiling wireless projector for our gym. Oh, I saw it today. Oh my gosh.
Does it have what safety feature does it have around it?
Well, it has a cage around it because Chuck Graham, who teaches in De Pere, I talked to him about his gym, but his gym was smaller. He teaches elementary, and they had it on the wall with a cage around it. So there's a name for it. I don't know the exact name. It's like a short projector, so it can be closer to the wall, but it's on the ceiling. It has a cage. I'm hoping, of course, when we're teaching, myself and my two colleagues will be able to, say, hey, these are the rules, but we're just worried about people that use our gym outside.
Yeah, when you're not there.
Right. So I am super excited about that because I have the H7 polar heart monitors that project on the wall, and the Polar Go Fit, which I just got at the end of the year, so I only used it 3 times. So I'll be able to use it for lots of things, video, amazing things we're going to be able to do this year. So I'm really excited about that.
That is cool.
Very excited.
Well, we've got, I think we're both the same. We both start our first day of school tomorrow, correct? Well, our first day back without students. Is that right?
My first day is tomorrow, but it's with teachers in service.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. We've had a lot of changes this summer. We've got all sorts of technology upgrades. I have no idea if my computer is going to work at school tomorrow, but when it gets going, it's going to be good. We'll just have to see when it gets going. So it's going to be interesting. We have new grading programs. I've been working on standards-based grading for the last couple of years, and we're finally, by 2016, everything will be standards-based grading district-wide. Some people are ahead of the ball game. Some people are not quite ready yet. And with my new curriculum, I'm hoping that it's going to work out for me. But I had a great night last night when I was busy walking on the treadmill, getting my steps. I came across Terry Drain, who was the 2008 let me get this right, Southwest District Teacher of the Year, elementary level. Well, she presented a session at Shape America conference this year on standards-based grading and unpacking standards, which was brilliant. And what she's also done, she made her presentation into a YouTube video. It's about 20 minutes long, but it just goes through how to unpack each of the standards, how to break them down, how to address each component, and then figure out, how you're going to assess it. In fact, I think I can pull up one of the PDFs and share it with you. Screen share again, so you can get a little idea. Okay. All right. Can you see how to design a standards-based lesson?
Yep.
See that? Okay. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit to some of the. Okay. Here we go. Let's find out where. All right. So basically, you know, the first stage is unpacking the standard or grade level outcome. Figure out what evidence there will be of learning. Get your assessment tools organized. Then you determine instructional activities, and then you're planning and sequencing your lessons. So if I scroll on a little bit more, you'll see how she does this. So she takes one of the standards, and this is one from 6th grade, and what verb is it? Well, we've got participate here, and then she's broken it down into 3 different strands, and then she's separated those strands into different boxes, and then determines how she's going to meet these with smaller learning blocks. So I think for anyone who's making that move towards standards-based grading, or who's in it but not quite, is working their way through it, this is excellent, and I will share the link to her YouTube video in the show notes, because it's really good. Like I said, in 20 minutes, I was like, yes,
Wow, that is awesome.
Yeah, it reinforced for me some things I'm doing right, and some things that I need to address as I'm writing this new curriculum. So I was like, yes, that was.
The last couple of years we've been doing build your own curriculum. And that's what we've been doing, circle the verb, that stuff. But it's been great because we've been working with all of our staff, but the good thing is we keep getting better. The bad thing is we don't have hardly anything on our curriculum because we keep starting over. But now, after seeing Joy Fife at Beaver River Falls with teaching games for understanding and, essential questions, I've been sharing, and at the National Shape America, the book with outcomes for K through 12. I have that, and so it's been great getting the people that don't go to conferences at our school on board with, what they should be doing.
Yeah.
But it just takes time for them to wrap their head around, where we need to be. We're making it there, but yeah.
One step at a time.
That's right. So for people out there that are, struggling with people that aren't going to conferences or don't know these things, it's just a process. And my school, we're working really well together, and we'll get there. So, yeah. But I'm also really excited about Fuel Up to Play 60. Because last year we had one elementary school. Well, we're a very small school district, so we only have 6 buildings, but 6 schools. But we had one elementary school, 2 middle schools, and a high school. We did Fuel Up to Play 60, but we all had our different things we were working on. And this year we have one common theme. It's 100 days to a healthy meat, like we've seen on Twitter with the 100 day challenges that I saw on Twitter.
Yeah, the 100 active days, 100 happy days.
And so everybody, we have a lot, but anyway, they're all doing it. All 13 physical education teachers are going to do the same theme and work to the same goal.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I'm so excited. And we're going to have a kickoff with the community on October 3rd before our homecoming football game to really kick it off. And like at school, when the kids celebrate 100 days of school, then we're going to celebrate 100 days of health.
Ah, Crystal, that's fantastic.
I am so excited.
What is it? Please, yes, everyone celebrates 100 days of school, and we haven't got in on the act. Oh, you're so far ahead. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, because you inspired me too with like the challenges you share with WHP. So I shared those with the staff. It's what we're going to, our basic idea, and I'll let you know if we change it, is each student is going to have a sheet that has the different things they can pick. So if they want to pick exercise for 100 days, they can. They want to pick eating fruits and vegetables they can, no screen time for 100 days. I don't know, whatever it is. And then we're going to have
I think
100
anyone's going to take
numbers. And then they're going to, I mean, we're basic right now with paper. I know we can do better. But yeah, it's going to be fun.
Oh, that's exciting. That's fantastic. Yay! Love that idea. I love it. Oh, that just reminded me of something. What was it? I've forgotten. I'll tell you what. So yeah, anyway, I wanted to, after our first adventure, I was like, oh, yep, I'm going to do show notes so that anything we talk about, we can put the
Okay.
links to so people can
Yeah,
find
Fuel Up to Play 60 is an awesome national program. And you can get grants. Last year I got a $1,000 grant.
it. And what
And
did you do with your $1,000 grant? Because you should tell us that too.
I each month, and then to all my students, I asked who would like to serve on my committee, the Fuel Up to Play 60 committee, and I had 10 kids. We didn't have any eighth graders, but that's okay. And then we met every other week because on Fridays we get a half an hour for, we call them exploratory teachers, but all the music, art, physical education. And we met and we planned a theme for each month. Like October was awesome. They came and the kids came up with all the ideas. Don't be a zombie, exercise. And so the week of Halloween, we did these different activities that they weren't going to be a zombie, they're going to exercise. They love that. And then, so that was part of it. $500 is about the physical activity, and you have different plays you can pick. And then the other $500 was introducing movement into the classroom. And what I did, I came up with a basic idea, but then the kids ran with it. I came up with the idea of giving each teacher in our school a string bag. And then inside would be things that they could use to do the brain break. And the kids came up with the idea, and then one of the kids on my team, their mom has her own business. So we got the community involved, and she came, and she does promotion, like anything you want to put on a prod, it's called promotional pieces. Anything you want to put on a prod, anything, t-shirts, bags, whatever, she could put that logo, whatever it is, on it. So the kids came up with the idea that we give every teacher a dice. And then she went out and investigated, what kind of dice could they write on and then wipe off with a Sharpie or something. So in their bag was, of course it was green and gold for the Packers. And there was a dice in the bag, and then there were the popsicle sticks, and then a cup, and then a list of all the different brain breaks. And then at the faculty meeting, the 10 kids came and handed the bags to each one of the teachers, and then they taught them 5 brain breaks.
Oh, I love
awesome.
The kids. They got such ownership of it. That's fantastic. Because I mean, ultimately, it is you. It's one thing for us to say, "Hey, this is a good idea. Try that," but for them to own it and know that that's really cool.
Yeah. So it just so happened, I didn't even realize until after we started meeting that with the 10 kids I had in my physical education class, I had at least one of them. So when we did the activity, I didn't teach it. The student ambassador taught it.
That's great.
It was awesome. So this year with the 100-day challenge, I thought, wow, we're going to have lots of, different ideas with the whole physical education staff doing it. So I'm really excited about that.
That's really cool. I'm in the process of, like last year, I have a bulletin board in school, and you start out with great intentions, and you got your facts of the month, and you got your challenge listed, and a few other bits and pieces, and I just got so busy that it barely got changed from month to month, which is not good. And then it gets neglected, and it's just not interesting. So I thought, well, there's got to be a better way to do this. And I decided at the start of summer I was going to create all my resources for every month before school started. So September was good to go, October was good to go, November. So I've got a fair bit done, and I suddenly thought, hang on a minute, I'm not the only person who has a bulletin board. I'm not the only person who's trying to get these messages, healthy messages, about being active and nutrition and health out there. So why don't we collaborate? So I put out a thing on Twitter last week saying, hey, anyone interested in doing a little bit here and there. So I've started off with, I've got all my did you know facts sorted out. I'm working on healthy snacks now, but hopefully we will have a collaborative effort whereby, you know, one person comes up with some a couple of snack ideas, someone else has a couple of, you know, fitness trivia facts that might get someone's interest. We've got fitness challenges. Maybe like the other idea was like a mystery food or mystery item of the month. The first one I thought of, you know, it's going to basically advertise. You know how companies advertise their products? They make them sound amazing, and if you have this, you're going to have so much energy, and your skin's going to look better, and you're going to be more confident. You know, all that sort of stuff. And then what is it? Well, water. It's going to be one of them because it's true. Benefits.
Really? Yes.
You do feel more energy. That if you drink your water, your skin will look better. So again, frame it as an advertiser would frame it, and try and get one for each month with a QR code at the bottom that they could scan. If they, you know, they can't wait to find out what it is, they can scan it and like, huh.
I'm writing down things. I'm gonna steal that idea.
Oh,
that is great.
Well, hopefully that's what I'm gonna create, so that I will share the folder and then people can just use it, because there is really no point in, I don't know how many thousand teachers across the world creating thousands of different things, when if we collaborate, we can all do a little piece, have more to draw on, and we can just share it all. So.
It'd be a healthier world, which we want. Yay!
That's my current master project plan thing to do. So we'll see. I'm hoping to get that folder shared out in the next day or two. So watch out for it. I will tweet it and link it on here. Which leads me to our little website. I figured we needed a place where I can put show notes and links and stuff. So, and I'm going to hopefully try and share this again. We have, okay. Do you see this website? Crystal and Joe's Excellent Adventures. Do you see that?
I see it. Isn't it exciting?
It's very new. So here we have our first episode. I'm going to add the show notes in, and then I will add in a new episode here. And there's a little bit about, which I've got a bit of my stuff in here. And we need to get your picture up there.
Okay. Okay.
It's gonna be pretty basic.
That's exciting.
But it will be a place for a home for us to put our adventures and have links. So if anyone wants to find stuff after the show, they can do that.
I love the title up there too. To Physical Education. I was just reading that. So what is the address? Is it?
That's a good point.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I want to go to it.
It's excellentpadventures.com. In fact, if I pull it back up again, oops, there we go. Excellentpadventures.com. Right,
wow. How cool is that? That is awesome.
Anything that we talk about can be on there, and that'll help you. I know it's going to help me, because when I've forgotten what we talked about, I'm like, what did we talk about?
And it's really great for people to see you outside in Wisconsin. There's no snow. See, there's green trees.
Look at this. And I'm wearing a t-shirt. This t-shirt, I should show you this t-shirt, because this is a cool t-shirt. This is from Chad Triolet, who was the National Teacher of the Year in, I think it was 2012. But anyway, he's awesome. But he gave us he's got a website called PE Rocks. So we've got PE here.
I know. I can't wait to wear mine. I'm wearing mine next week.
I figured it'd be rude not to model this t-shirt today. Yay. There we go.
And I love your t-shirt that you designed. The blue one.
I was just thinking, you know, PE should be all about finding your fun. You know, what is it that is your fun thing to do, that is active, that makes you happy, that gets you moving? And I was playing around with it. I'm like, I want this t-shirt. How do I do it? So I just went to Teespring and designed it, and hopefully it will get done in the next 10 days or so, and those people that want it can go grab it, which would be nice. But I think I can show you. Where's my screen share? For those of you who haven't seen it.
It's really cute. I love the color.
And there's different ones. Here it is. There's a picture of it here.
Yes.
And it's got, the icons was tricky. It's like, what picture should I put on? And someone said, oh, you need a team sport. And I did start adding more pictures. And then my design crew, a.k.a. my kids and my husband, decided that 9 pictures was too many. So it's just that and little phys ed on the back. And there's a, let's see if this will work. Oh, yeah, there's a dark one and
Oh, I didn't know. I thought there was just blue. Oh, I love it.
different colors as well. So 'cause I'm like, oh, I want a blue one and a gray one. So there we go. That's
I'm
something.
writing that down to order one because I've wanted to order one and then just time gets away from me. I went, oh, I want to get
Oh,
that
I know. It's always
shirt that Joe designed.
you see it and then you forget about it and you're like, oops. So
Oops, I got to order that shirt that Joe designed. It's on my notes right here next to my computer.
you got 9 more days, I think. So
9 days. Well, I better do it when we're done.
That's cool.
Yes.
Ooh,
yes, we could rule the world if we physical education teachers. We always have awesome, like meeting with my principal today. I said, I'm really sorry that because I get excited about it, like we do, like whoa, teachers, websites, oh.
If we weren't getting excited about our subjects, then we will be in the wrong business. So.
And he is like, I said, oh, I'm sorry, I get it. He goes, no, you are a breath of fresh air. I went, yes, this is how everyone should be. A book that I read this summer that Mary Wetland again, who is amazing. She should be another guest on our show.
Oh yeah.
She's an amazing teacher. Was The Present by Spencer Johnson, I think.
The Present.
And The Present. It has a picture of a present on it, but it's about being in the present. Not, worrying about the future. And then in her health class, and I'm going to do a version of this, she has a wrapped present. What's inside? And then, kind of suspense for a few days until they just like, what is inside of there?
Oh, that's good. That's a bit of a teach like a pirate moment. She's got a hook. She's got a hook.
Good hook. And then you talk about being in the present, living in the present, living your life the way you want to live it. And I got my first new car this summer. Yeah, I've never had a new car ever. I always get the hand-me-down cars. And it came with Sirius XM radio. I've never had that either. And they just, on the way home today, I was listening to an interview with Pharrell Williams. And he said, I think it was Oprah that was talking to him. And he said, well, yeah, it's easy for us to say, just live in the present and things will come. But he said, no, you just have to figure out what your goal is in life. And if you live it, it'll come. And I'm like, that is so true. So true. If you live healthy, like your blog, I loved your blog, again, about the 20,000 steps. And you said you didn't get sick.
I didn't. That was the biggest thing because there were several times of my kids, you work in a school as germs, you got kids, they bring home germs, and at least 2 or 3 times I think, you had that feeling, I'm getting a cold, oh no, ugh. And it just didn't happen. I was like, this is kind of weird. And I have to put it down to that.
I agree. And you have more energy. I'm in your Fitbit league. I have my Fitbit on. And mine's 15,000 steps a day. But you just feel so much better and get your steps in. And like you said on your blog too, park farthest away because my son was home for the last 2 weeks. He lives in New York City. And I drive my family crazy because I park in the parking spot like you, far away as I can so I can get more steps. And now my family like yours is so funny because we're like, wow, my family says it to me, Mom, you can do this because then you can get more steps. I'm like, yes, I can.
They can twist it any which way they want, which is a good thing. Oh, they'll ask me, oh, do you have your steps yet? Shouldn't you go and do this and you can get more steps? I'm like, are you trying to get rid of me? Or what's the angle?
But if everybody did that, just think how much healthier world it would be.
Indeed. And hey, if you can survive the winter that we had with
how many polar vortex.
Oof, if you can get through that, you can get through anything.
I know. Luckily, we are YMCA members because I would have went insane. So I could go to the Y and take classes and do things. And I do yoga too. So in the warmth, the 90-degree temperature of yoga was awesome when it's polar vortex time.
Yes. You can feel that. Oh, we've been on for quite a while. Is there anything else
We
that you
have.
want
This has
to
been
share?
awesome. I was looking forward to it all day.
I know. Anything else that you want to share before we sign off?
Take steps. No. Just let us know if you have questions and go to our web.
We'll have everything on there. So, Crystal, you just froze. Hope you're gonna come back. Okay, we might have lost Crystal for a second there. Yeah, we'll put everything on the website, all the links and so on and so forth. So, any questions that you have, let us know, and we will do our best to help you. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know next time I'm looking forward to sharing what you can do with badges in PE. Crystal, oh, you're back. Yay! You froze on us for a second there.
I know, you did too. I was like, okay, I'll just
Oh,
shake my head.
yeah, I've got this something else cool that I got from the Google Education Group meeting was something called For All Rubrics, but I'm going to save that for next time because I want to play around with it first. But
Okay, and you have
like,
to let me know when the next meeting is so I can come.
oh yes, I will do. I will do. But think of this like you know how Girl Scouts they work towards badges.
Mm-hmm.
Think of it like badges, but for PE or health that demonstrate learning. So you demonstrate certain levels of learning, you get a badge.
Cool.
A visual way to represent how you're progressing through a unit of study or towards make a standard and so on and so forth. So, all
Not to
right.
talk about a product, but I'm just learning about all this stuff on our on the Polar Go Fit. They have badges on there.
Oh, okay,
And
good.
I'm doing Edmodo, which can be for next time. I'm doing Edmodo this year with my health class. I'm going to start out with that because they're like, Crystal, don't do everybody. Just start slow. So, yeah,
Cool. Oh, and Google Classroom.
that's
That's
going to
another
be a
one.
really fun year.
Yeah. Oh, there's just so much to do.
I
All right,
know.
we can save that for another time though. So, okay. Well, I'm going to end this broadcast and
It's been
say
so
goodbye.
great to see you.
You too. And have a wonderful first Teacher in Service Day tomorrow. And we will catch up again very shortly.
We will.
All right.
Thanks, Joe.
Okay. Bye.